Welcome back, guys and gals. Joseph James here, School of Trade. Time for your lunchtime recap and the trade of the day today. Now, remember, every evening before 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to publish our daily price levels for the following day. If you're following our blog, that's sidewaysmarkets.com, every evening we post a little bit of a snippet of what we've got there. And then you can also see, you can click here, and you can subscribe to all of our daily price levels by joining our beginner's course, intermediate, or advanced. So every evening before 9 p.m., that beginner's membership is updated with the levels we can use overnight and for the following day. So remember, those daily price levels are valuable pieces of information. Now, this morning we came in, and in today's lunchtime trade of the day, we're going to talk about crude oil. Crude oil, always one of my favorite markets. And looking at a daily chart on crude, we've seen the bottom falling out of this thing here for quite some time. We've been watching this here we trade crude every day in the live trade room, and you can see here we've been watching it tumble as it fell lower to the next daily support level. So we knew this morning coming into it, we were looking bearish, right? We wanted to participate in the direction of the longer term trend, which was down. So how do we participate in the direction of the long-term trend? Well, we sell short, but do we sell short at the lows? No, never. We want to wait for a retracement to get in short. Now, I want to show you an example here. Here's a snapshot of a chart that we took off the workspace this morning. And the timestamp on this chart, we got 5 hours ago, so just about 8 o'clock this morning. So this chart snapshot taken at 8 o'clock this morning, and again, you can see here just this dramatic move lower. Well, what we did was, knowing that we wanted to get short, we were looking for a test of a sell zone. And I want you to focus your eyeballs right here in this 89.94 area, because you can see here, again, no doubt in our mind that we're looking to get short here. Now the question is, where do we pull the trigger? I want to make sure I'm getting into the trade with the tightest stop possible, the widest targets possible, and it's got to fit inside of my risk tolerance, and it's got to fit inside of my trading plan, right? The trading opportunity must fit inside of my plan. I don't change my plan to fit inside the trading opportunity. Remember that. Don't make that mistake. So what happens is we locate this sell zone 90.39 down to 89.94. Remember that number. Now again, I'm not going to go to a live chart right now. I'm not going to cheat with hindsight. We could cheat right now, and I could show you the live chart. But this was taken this morning, about 8:30 this morning, before we took our first short trades of the morning here today. Now, fast forward and take a look at the chart as it showed up. Remember that price level? What was it again? 89.94, right there. So now you can see what happened here this morning. Now you come in and you can see in real time. Let me zoom on in. What happened was we came down, we tested that low. This is where we took the snapshot from. We're then going to work our way up into that sell zone. Now, we had identified the sell zone at 89.94. Now, ideally, what we want to see in this area, when I approach a sell zone, and remember, all of these buy zones and sell zones are delivered the previous evening. That way you can't miss this. Whether you're trading in Asia, London, here in the US, doesn't matter. That's why I put the buy zones and sell zones in the beginner's course the previous evening. So no excuses. Everybody had a chance to grab these levels. So again, I'm going to go up. We're going to test the sell zone. Normally, we're going to rattle around in here a little bit, and then once we start to see this thing collapse, then we know we're taking profit where? Back in the buy zone. Okay, sounds pretty simple, right? Sell in the sell zone. If you're short, cover that short in the buy zone. Very, very simple way to do it. The hardest part, ladies and gents, is being patient. We knew we wanted to sell short this morning, so we had to wait for price to get up into that sell zone. And then when we saw it come back down, that's when we have our highest percentage trades. So the timestamp on this candle is at 8:30. Right now, this is a 30-minute chart. So let's now go to a live chart here, one of my favorite time frames, which is a 5 Renko. Now, remember that 8:30. This is one of our most popular, this is definitely one of the most commonly used tools in our trade room, and this is a combination of a Renko chart along with our entry trigger indicator. You know, I had a bunch of students come to me last year and say, Joe, I need an easier way to know exactly when to get in. I know that you call trades in the room. We call trades live in the room. They're easy to follow. But the feedback that I was getting from my students was that they were looking for some sort of signal, something that they could see on their own that automates the entry process. In comes our entry trigger indicator, right? These indicator packages are given to all of our advanced members. So what time was it again? 8:30. 8:30 was the time that we needed to worry about. There's 8:30 right there. So there is 8:30 right there. That's when we knew we had tested that sell zone this morning on crude oil. Now, the entry trigger indicator tells us, step number 1, we need to test a sell zone. We tested that sell zone. Again, you saw that on the 30-minute chart, which we just showed you. Again, that sell zone was referenced last night in those daily price levels. Remember that? 89.94. So now here we are. Step 1, we test 89.94. There's the 94 right there. So we test it. Step number 2 now. I need to make sure we change from bullish. See how this is shaded green? When the background color is shaded green, we know the bulls are in charge. Follow me over here now. See how it changes to red? When it's red, we know the bears are in charge. Really simple stuff, right? Really simple. Green, buy with the bulls. Red, sell with the bears. It's not rocket science. It's day trading. So now that we know we've tested the sell zone, we need to wait now to get a bearish trend. Keep in mind, this is on a much faster time frame than that initial 30-minute chart which we showed you, but we wanted to make sure we were with the direction. We wanted to make sure we bounced off a sell zone. My trend, of course, now changes. You can see it a mile away. Trend changes from bullish now to bearish. We know now the first 3 entry signals will always be the highest percentage. So we're looking for the first 3. Now, we're not going to take every entry signal, right, members? We know better than to take every single signal, right? Say that 10 times fast. We're not going to take every single one of these little red arrows that shows up on the chart. We have a specific technique which we call the trigger zone, which we're going to use swing highs and swing lows, and those are going to tell us where our short-term sell zones are. So our beginner members out there used the sell zone to know where to sell short. Our advanced members out there are trained properly on how to actually execute these short trades. Again, we're going to go swing low or swing high to swing low, test our sell zone, signal 1. Second trade, new lower low, swing high to swing low, test the sell zone, signal 2. New lower low, again, swing high, swing low, test the sell zone, signal 3. Now, as you can see here, guys, you could have easily taken all of the signals you saw on the way down. All of them ended up making you money. But we know that the best trades are always going to occur within our trigger zone. After testing, in this case, we're selling short after testing a sell zone. And again, we're going to make sure we're trading right along with that long-term trend on the day today. So where do we take our profit on this? We're getting in short on the way down using the entry trigger indicator. Very easy now to get into these trades short if you've got the entire indicator package and you're with me in the live trade room watching and listening as I go through the entire thing. Where do I take my profit now? Well, remember, rule number 1 was to sell in a sell zone. Rule number 2 now, or we take our profit now in the buy zone. So we come all the way down here. We go into the sell zone. Again, that 89.94, around 8:30, we change to bearish. We know we want to be selling altogether. And we go right down now into the very next buy zone. We marked up these buy zones ahead of time, posted on the charts last night. We knew we had a buy zone down here, and that's again where we're going to sell at sell zone, take profit in the buy zone. Guys, a fantastic day in our live trade room this morning. If you want to see every single trade that I took this morning, you want to see what trade calls worked out and which ones didn't, make sure you join the free trial. in the free trial. We have a live trade room recap posted every afternoon. So if you want to see every single trade we took, real accounts, real trades, real traders in our live trade room. If you want to see every trade I took today, make sure you register for the free trial and come in and join me in the live trade room Monday through Friday, opening up at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. As always, my name is Joseph James. Thanks for coming in and seeing us here today. Today's lunchtime recap and our trade of the day. Keep an eye out later on today for those daily price levels. Don't forget, every evening we publish those daily price levels. I'll put a reminder on the blog. Members, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced, don't forget you can get your hands on that easily every evening in your course materials. Before I let you go, don't miss this opportunity to come trade live with me in Las Vegas Memorial Day weekend. We get a live trading event. Go right to the blog. Come out and see me in Vegas. We're going to be trading some of my favorite futures markets in one of my favorite cities in the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. We got some great prizes for the winner of the competition. We'll be trading Thursday and Friday morning, guys. Don't miss this opportunity to make money with me live in Vegas, right? As if we need another excuse to get to Las Vegas, Nevada more often. Hope you guys had a great morning session out there. We're almost finished with lunch here in the live trade room, and we'll be back to trading the afternoon session with members. Have a great day out there, traders. Remember, you got to learn it so you can earn it. We'll see you in the trade room tomorrow as a member. Adios, amigos.